Nobody look into the content first. They will see the outer they will see. So try to make it beautiful first. Then arrange the cuttings perfect in an order way. And suppose every content has got introduction and conclusion. Suppose I am not getting a content something like that, somebody has written on the chart, this is a conclusion of the chart. So you can write. Okay, so accordingly you can present. But beautifully you have done it to all our teams. So please put up your hands, everybody. One right hands. Please put up. Put up. Touch on your shoulder and say congratulations. Very good. Very good. You have done it well. Thank you. So here you see, it's quite tough to take after lunch. Are you feeling sleepy?
No.
Not now. Can be expected, right? Can be expected.
Home theater is connected.
कितनी बार बोला आप अपना चश्मा तकिए के नीचे क्यों संभाल के नहीं रखते हमेशा इधर उधर रखते नहीं हैं सुमित माँ जी का चश्मा फिर से गुम हो गया है ढूंढ के लो ये तो सारा सामान इधर पड़ा रखे
क्या है माँ क्या हुआ क्यों अपना सामान रोज इधर उधर रखकर सबको परेशान करती रहती हो क्या कर रही हो
चश्मा नहीं मिला
माँ सामने रखा है चश्मा तुम ना सचमुच अंधी हो गई हो
थैंक यू राहुल बैग पैक किया टिफिन रखना पेंसिल पेपर सब रख लिया ना कुछ भूले तो नहीं अच्छा बिना अभी तक नाश्ता नहीं किया स्कूल बस आ जाएगी जल्दी करो चलो मम्मी आप कितनी बड़बड़ करते हो कभी आपसे मुझे छुटकारा मिलेगा
यार मेरा चश्मा किधर गया राहुल बेटा मेरा चश्मा देखा
पापा आप सचमुच अंधे हो गए ये लो आपका चश्मा
ये क्या तरीका भरोसा बात करने का यही सीखते स्कूल में जाके
पापा ये स्कूल में नहीं सीखा आपसे सीखा
आपके बच्चे जो देखते हैं जो सुनते हैं वही सीखते हैं हर बच्चे की पहली शिक्षा घर से शुरू होती है आपका घर आपका परिवार आपके बच्चों का पहला स्कूल होता है और माता पिता पहले शिक्षक होते हैं
So, it is said, no? The way you sow, you reap. The way you sow, you reap. Children, just observe and just produce it. So the way we act, it comes back. It is said, you suppose when we were in the school and we could respect our teachers, now we are teachers, they also respect us. Directly or indirectly, it comes. Directly or indirectly. So we have to be careful about what do they learn. See, when we think about this, we'll see what issues. It is an aspect taken from psychology, Johari's window. It's a psychological approach. It's called Johari's window. 4 windows. It's a they win, you win, they win. You lose, they win. You win, they lose. You lose, they lose. Which is better? Which is the best? You win, they win. It's not a selfish attitude. Is it no? In Johari's window it says, I am okay, nobody is good. It is not that all of us are good. Let us walk together. It is not that becoming a selfish attitude. Let me walk alone and win the race. It's not like that. So this has to be taken care of. See, there's a moral development in Colesberg's study. Saying about Colesberg's study on stage on moral development. Expanded on Peck's theory, moral development 1932. Colesberg believed that moral development was a gradual process and provided a systematic 3-level, 6-stage sequence of development which reflected changes in moral judgment throughout lifespan. The aim of Colesberg's longitudinal study was to find evidence to support his theory that moral development, and more precisely that moral development proceeds from a selfish desire to avoid punishment or the person, to a concern for a group functioning, maybe a society, to a concern for a constant application of universal ethical principles. Findings from Colesberg's study concluded that each stage of moral development comes one at a time and always in the same. We will discuss a topic later. Okay, for example, just see this only A to Z. There are things which is right for me but not right for others. For example, if I ask AC, some of us are saying it's okay, cooling is okay. Some of us say no, it has to be reduced. Or some of us can say no, it has to be increased. Or for example, fan all off, that is wrong. We cannot say they are wrong, we are right. Or they also cannot say they are right, others are wrong. It is individual. Individual approach should be there. Right? Therefore it is said no, everybody will have different see here also, ethics of this. Here we see the same thing, selfish desire to avoid punishments. A punishment, even in the school also it is avoided, right? Are we allowed to punish any child in the school? Any punishment? No, sir said no. Punishment is not allowed, but we punish. So punishment is necessary or not?
Yes.
Okay. Moral punishment can be taken, but not the physical punishment. But teachers, no, if you get a chance, but avoid safety. Okay, avoid physical punishment. We cannot. I like to say an instance. We might have been now. Our father is going to Gaya. In Gaya there was a school. Okay, one of the schools. The incident took place. The teacher put the student outside. 3 students. It's a real thing. Happened few months back. 3 students were put outside of the class. After standing outside also, they start speaking. It happens in our school, right? So what do? Give 2-3 slaps. Same thing a teacher has done. He was from Odisha. So what he got angry. He got told, after all keeping you outside, couldn't you keep silent? He gave 3 of them also one slap. One among them, okay, at the time of dispersal, they went to bus. All of a sudden, he collapsed and died. Real thing happened, not at all exaggerating. Okay, he went to the bus, and after sitting in the bus, I think something he said, I am not feeling well. But the teachers, before teachers reached, I think he was dead in the bus itself. Now, what thought comes to us? Students strictly means students, they became a group. Okay, students, they became a group and opposed the school and the teachers, especially they said, because of the teachers beat, child died. and the school were closed. The SP reached from DH. It's not many people reached, and they closed the school. First stage for 2-3 days. The teacher was about to arrest since he was not there. He was not there, so arrest could not happen place, and it went on time. And the administration, they keep finding it out. Of course, no administration wanted to put the schools in trouble. Okay, so they just found out, and at last it was happened. The child got heart attack. Sudden heart attack. It's not because of the physical punishment. It was not because of the physical punishment, and that is not the first time he got the heart attack. Previously also, he got minor heart attacks, and it was suddenly because of any time. We cannot predict that what will happen at which time. So it happened. But you see, because of a small action, you suppose the teacher not a better also, the child might have got the heart attack or died. Yes, but the school was disturbed. Entire fraternity was disturbed. Especially the teacher also was disturbed or not? Yes, and the teacher's family was disturbed. After all, we work for our family, right? So we are trying to make a comfortable zone by giving the punishments. But I would say, don't punish a child because of academic performance. Right? For example, now, in which subject are you, ma'am? आप हिंदी पढ़ाती हैं. अगर मैं आपको कहूँ कि आप स्कूल जाइए, कल से मैथमेटिक्स पढ़ाइए, क्या पढ़ा पाएंगे? क्यों? आप हिंदी पढ़ाते हैं, ठीक है, आप मैथ्स भी पढ़ी होगी, कम से कम मैट्रिक तक, तो क्या 5 तक पढ़ा सकती है? अगर मैथ्स 10th क्लास में अगर पढ़ाने के लिए भेजूँ तो आप क्या करेंगे? आपको दिक्कत होगी. Sir, in which subject you are PET? Sorry? Yeah, physical education, right? If suppose you are asked to teach English language in +1, +2, will you be able to take? Reason? Many reasons. Same as everybody, right? I am expert in one subject, and I will teach that subject only. Even some of teachers may tell, sir, I am graduate in physics. I will not teach science. I will not teach science. I can teach chemistry. Suppose I am honors in chemistry, I can teach chemistry, not biology and physics. I am a graduate in political science, not economics, history or civics. But when I go to, because I have a caliber, I am a student of language, so God has given me a power of language. It's easy for me. The same way, each individual has been created with one skill, main one skill. Everybody has got all skills as per the practice, of course, still. So, but I am going to the class, I am insisting, you study maths, you study social science, you study science, that, everything, and that too you have to get 100%. All are not Ekalavyas. Okay? All are not Arjuna. So we have to understand this aspect also. So when we insist students, we have to understand individually in which they are interested of. For example, when we talk about individual, it's a hot discussion also sometimes take place in the society, feminism. Okay, even the dress code of maybe gender sensitivity might have attended the workshop, right? Everybody has got individual freedom. I have got individual freedom to wear this dress. Okay, so there are not many. But one thing we have to make sure, my freedom should not hurt someone else. I can be free, but my freedom should not hurt someone else or should not disturb somebody that I have to take care of. So there is a ethics in it. See here, level 1, pre-conventional age up to 9-year-old. Level 2, most adolescents and adults. And 3, 10 to 15% of over 20s. You see the first, obedience and punishment orientation or instrumental relativist or self-interest orientation. What is in it for me? And you can see the right or wrong in every stage. Every stage, right or wrong comes. The moment child comes to adolescence, the aspect comes, nobody is right, I am right. Nobody is right, I am right. You see the movies, almost all Indian movies are connected with the one only. It's a love story. You take any, even Dhoni's life story also has been taken. There also they inbuilt love story because the trend is as such. Now we are moving with the trend of the time. What is trend? That he has to. Suppose previously when we were in the school and all, suppose somewhere the pants is torn, we were not ready to put and go to the school. Yes or no? Yes, I don't know, maybe new generation. But in our place, never. But now the pants, if the pants is not torn, then it's a problem. Yes, yeah, at least you'll take blade and cut. At least you'll take blade and cut. So there's a trend, we go with the trend. But this, adolescent students, they have everything has got objection. Nothing is right. Everything is wrong. Everything is wrong. I study for what I have to study. You see the movies, as I was saying, movies you see, the movie concepts. What hero does, that is right. Yes. Anything whatever the hero does, that is right. What others do, for example, in a police hierarchy, DGP is the highest post, right? If the hero is constable, then DGP is not the highest. Constable is highest because hero is the constable. He decides. He acts. No, I think I am right. What are we seeing? Suppose the hero is a thief. Then whatever he does, that is right. That is right. A heroism is not a lie. But our society at present, they are moving towards that. They are not understanding what is the moral values or what is the ethics in life or integrity, not looking into. Unfortunately, we are also failed to teach the students. We also failed to teach the students. I see some of the students, when they come to the school, and we are able to see, just students sit like this. Okay, put the crossword leg and they start sitting like this. From where do they learn? We sit the same. Even now, when we go home, suppose we are sitting in the chair, the moment the father comes in, automatically we get up. Right? We get up, automatically we get up. Nowadays the children don't. Another thing, once I was coming out from my house, I stayed in a rented house. So I came from the first floor down towards the school. So maybe 3-year-old child, he was at that time 3-year-old. He just asked me, "Hey, tum kahan ja rahe ho?" Everybody knows that I am a teacher. And the house owner also is a retired principal. Just he asked me, "Hey, tum kahan ja rahe ho?" I looked at the grandfather looked at me. It's not the fault of the child. We teach, maybe Hindi teachers, I made a rule in my school. If you are teaching Hindi and you have to address the child, you call not tu or tum. No way. No way any teacher can address any child tu or tum. There is a beautiful word आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं? You ask आप उठिए. हम लोग क्लास में बोलते हैं hey, तुम उठो. Why to use? How the children learn? When I teach the child that you have to use they will start learning it. Because the child never learned. That small child was addressed by the grandparents or parents, तुम इधर आओ. They have not called the child, आप इधर आइए. Never used. How do you understand that? So he has learned the same. See, therefore, the previous video also, ethics starts from home. Ethics starts from home. Ethics will be developed in the society. It is developed in the society. In the school also we have to. When children come to the class, especially the adolescent students, they got identification. Identification. So when we talk about identification, I tell a small story. Once a child came to father and he has given a suggestion to the parents. If you go this way, it is good. Sometimes adolescents, they are proactive. around 12 year to 2021 children are proactive. So they have said suggestion. So mother said, hey, go, we know what to decide and how to carry on with the family matters. So he went and next day or the same day night, the child came to father and said, Father, I want to know one thing. What is my identity in this house? What is my identity in this house? Father said, today you go and sleep, we'll talk tomorrow. So he went and slept. He could not sleep well. Morning he had breakfast. He came to take breakfast. First question to father. Father did not get the reply. What is my identity in my house? Your father, your mother, and no value for my words. No value for my words. Father said, okay, now you have breakfast, then we will talk about. He had breakfast and he called his son and said, Beta, idhar aaiye. He took him to bedroom and opened his shelf and taken a small stone and gave him. After giving him, he said, you go to the markets and find out the value of it. He went to the markets and went to the shop and asked, what is the value of this stone? So the shopkeeper said, 200 rupees. What's the value of it? 200 rupees. He came back to his father and said, he said, 200 rupees value. Again, father said, you go to that shop. He said the name of the shop. And you go to the shop and ask, what will be the price that you give to this stone? He went to the shop and they given the same stone. And the shopkeeper said, 20,000. Said, 20,000. Again he came back and he said, Father, there's a lot of difference, 200 to 20,000. Can I sell this stone? Then father smiled and said, I'll tell you one more shop. You go there and ask. It's a shop of old stones. You go to the shop and just ask the value. He asked, the shopkeeper said, 2 lakhs. He was confused. And he said, now what do you understand? What do you understand? Place yourself in a proper place. Then you'll get the real value of it. Suppose you place something somewhere. For example, you want to drink water. You have a glass of water. You want to drink a glass of water. Pour a pure water in the proper glass, which is washed. If the glass is dirty, even the pure water which you will be pouring, that will become polluted. So before you pour the water, you should understand, I am pouring in a proper glass or not. If not, you wash it and place the water. Before you pour a water in the glass, you make sure the water has a base. Else, whatever the water you pour, it will be wasting out. That's what we also should understand ourselves. Where do I place myself? In what place I do it? Suppose I have all skills and calibers and I am not placing it properly. If I am not having ethics in my life, where I have value? As I said morning a story of a tuition teacher. When I was traveling from Calcutta to Darbhanga, I think 2016-17, I could meet a teacher who is from Madhubani. He was teaching in Calcutta, Delhi Public School, DPS. And he was quite elderly at that time. Now he is retired. He was telling me, sir, only 3 years left to retire, 2016-17. And he knows more than 25 languages. He is a teacher of Hindi. He is a teacher of Hindi. He teaches Hindi. He speaks Maithili excellently. Hindi excellently. Of course, he is Hindi teacher. English excellent. Punjabi he speaks. Malayalam he speaks, Tamil he speaks, almost all languages in India, as well as French, German, many languages. More than he told, sir, I can speak more than 25 languages. It's an inspiring story. Then I'll come to his ethics part. I asked, how did you learn? He said to me this, I am a good learner of language. In the Calcutta DPS is a brain branch, in which many parts of students, even from India, abroad also they come, some for work. What he does, he calls the students